Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 28 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Consider subscribing to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment. We'll go through a quick recap and then we'll get into the video. Alright, so we are just starting out here in Reading. Reading is an area of this map that we have not visited in quite a while. Hang on one minute, just going to adjust the, there we go, volume. Reading is one of the areas that we have not visited in quite a while. We established a train connection running up towards Hodsden for passengers, which is actually doing quite well. And then we have been getting some tools and some construction materials into Reading. So it's growing at a fairly good pace. It's just, just hasn't gotten a lot of love recently, and I think we're going to begin this episode by working on that. Now, the way that I want to do that is, if you recall a few episodes ago when we built this highway running between Dukinfield and Oakengates. Oh, we're getting some new vehicles here. Rail bus. We got the new boxcars. Very nice. Or not the new boxcars, the new cargo rail cars. That's really nice. However, new vehicles. That reminds me real quick. Quick tangent. I wanted to replace our planes because we got the DC-4s, which are awesome. So let's get those. Great planes. Hold 15. Those are going to be really good. Anyway. Back to our project of the day. So, Reading. You'll recall that when we built the Oakengates to Dukinfield highway, we put this branch in here specifically to go up to Reading at some point. And that some point is today. So we are going to get that in and we're going to kind of snake our way up here, up towards Reading. Now the question is, where are we going to put the interchange? I think we're going to put it right here. So that's going to mean removing this road here. And then just kind of figuring out which way we want to orient it. If we're going to continue the highway at all. I mean, quite honestly, really long stretch down to Hodsden. Don't think we're going to do a highway there. And similarly, a pretty long stretch down to Midhurst. So I kind of think that this highway is going to terminate here in Reading. Now, there are some ways that we could do that. But first of all, let's pause while we do this building project, and let's back this road all the way out. And then, is this a good connection into Reading? Yeah, it's not bad, but I think we could do a little bit better. Let's come in here and let's just try and clean this up a little bit. To kind of clean up the decoration that we did in previous episodes. Just kind of feather in some of those different grasses. And then we'll come back in here, get a nice small brush, and add this back in. And it's like it never even happened. Okay, so now, over here, let's get a nice flat pad to work with. And if we look here, it's very favorable terrain to work with. So let's just flatten out a nice area. And then let's come in here. Let's remove all of the trees in here, just so that we can kind of see what we're working with. And then we got to think. So our spur off this highway is right here, our interchange. And we're going to kind of run, if we go into our terrain view here, we're going to kind of run probably out around this spur on this little mountain range right here, hill range. We're going to kind of come right here, follow this low ground here, probably come up to the left in this valley here, come through here, and then terminate an interchange here. So essentially, our roads will be coming from like directly to the bottom of the screen right here. You're going to be coming in. So if we exit out of there and we just kind of think about how we want to create an interchange here. Quite honestly, I'm kind of thinking that a roundabout would be the easiest way to do this. Probably a 2-lane roundabout. So if I just, for the fun of it, if I just carry this road over here nice and straight, and let's grab our country road here. If I just grab this nice and straight, pull that in there, and then I don't have the roundabout tool yet, which is unfortunate, so we're gonna have to do this from scratch. So we'll do like a quarter turn there. Quarter turn there. That looks pretty good so far. Quarter turn there. That is actually a pretty clean circle, I'm not gonna lie. I think that looks pretty good. So I will take it. And now let's try and let's see if we can upgrade that. Yes, we can. We will want a bus lane on there. And then let's grab our spurs here and let's pull one off like this. One off like this. We are going to change the direction of that one. And now we're going to need to connect back up here. So let's grab a... Do we want to do a 2-lane? I kind of want to do a 4-lane off of here. So if I grab something like this, and then bring it directly into there. Yeah, see, that's going to do some really weird things, but we can work with it. So let's back that off, and then let's pull straight from there. That'll get us a nice clean slope, and then similarly, let's back this off a distance. And then connect that up. That'll get us a nice clean slope as well. Okay, and then if we come in here now with our terrain tool, I just want to smooth out all along this road. So we will do some grading here on this road, and then we can come into our tools here. Just kind of add in some grasses here. Something like that, and I think that that looks really nice. And if we check our lanes here, these also look really nice. However, let's upgrade this section of this road. Maybe all the way out to about there. I think that that also looks nice. And then if we come in here, we can just kind of make this a little bit more jagged to kind of clean it up a little bit in terms of its slopes. There we go. So now we have 2 roads coming off of there, generally pointing in the correct direction. And now let's kind of get our general lay of where we're going. So we're going to come directly through here. And how are we going to get past this, which is not connected to anything? Let's see, we're going to come through here and maybe up and around this. So I'm thinking our highway will go somewhere generally from here down to there. Nice, really long, straight section. Like that. And now, just so that we know that this is going to be nice and flat, let's take that height. Let's pull it over. And then similarly, let's grab this height, pull that over. And then if we grab this, pull that up there. That looks nice and straight. So let's get that in there. 2 nice parallel roads. And now we should be able to make some nice clean connections in like that. Now, one thing that I do want to do, I want to get some bus lanes on here, because we are going to end up putting some transit on here. So let's get those all the way up to there. That's looking really good. So now we can, yeah, we can leave. Actually, no, we can smooth that out. In fact, we can come along here and just generally smooth out the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so this is going to run down here, and now we're going to kind of weave our way through here, generally trying to follow some terrain and get into here. Okay, so let's see. If we grab a 2-lane road, we grab this one, and then we pull it across here. What does this want to do? So this wants to bridge the entire way. I'm okay with some bridge, but I don't want all bridge. So let's get that in there. And then let's back out a couple sections of this road. And then let's reconnect a couple of these so that they're nice and not bridged. And then if we come in here, just kind of lift this up and then smooth it out. Kind of do the same over here. Smooth that out. Okay, that looks good. And now let's get our parallel road here. Oh, and we're gonna have to grab it from down here and then okay, so that doesn't want to do what we're doing, so let's back that out just a little bit. Let's come straight off here. Pulling it out a little bit. Let's get these nice and flat. Something like that. Understood that that is not matching. Alright, let's see if we can try and do it from this side. So if I pull a road out to there. And then we bring this down to about there. That's nice and level. It's also nice and parallel, which we like. Let's make it the correct bridge. Let's see, yeah, something like that. Okay. And now let's back this off so that we can make our connection. Like that. Let's try and redo this road. To get it nice and flat. There we go. And then let's come through here and just smooth that out. Maybe give it a little bit of something to work with. In there. Okay, very nice. And now let's remove that section. Let's come in here, get a nice flat piece right here. Connect that up, and then just generally smooth this out. Now we have a pretty significant bridge section. I think what we're going to do, we're going to redo this road the way that it crosses under here. So let's redo these sections so that they are nice and the pillars are fixed. And then if we grab this, and we pull it straight through there, we lose far less pillars than we did previously. And I think it looks much better. Okay, so now we got some roads coming in here. And just to kind of see where we need to hook up, we need to hook up right over here. So let's take a look at our terrain here. Let's grab our road. Let's kind of curve around here to about there. Put in a little straight section. Pull that straight, and then if we grab this, should be able to make a nice connection in there. Okay, so now let's kind of get back to over here, see where we're going. So I'm thinking if we bring this up to here, and what's that height difference? That's about, it's actually about even. So I will take that. Get a nice straight section so that we can mirror it easily. And let's get that hooked up. Ooh, a little bit of height difference here. Let's see what that... Yeah, that looks okay. I think it looks fine. Alright. So now that is cleaned up. And now let's see where we're going. We're going here. And how are we going to make that work? Let's see. We kind of curve it around here. We'll do some fill there. And let's see if we kind of diverge a little bit. Because highways don't always follow the exact same path, necessarily. They can have, you know, variance in what they do, and I think that this is a good example of that. And then that'll be a pretty sharp curve there. And then we can connect up there. Yeah, and I think that looks nice, adding a little bit of variance in there. Gonna smooth out this highway here. Smooth that out. Smooth it out all the way to there. I'm aware that I'm going to need to change that, but what I think we're gonna do is let's really kind of lift this up and make it look like they diverged kind of for a reason. You know what I mean? Like there was something that they were actively avoiding by doing this divergence through here. And I think that that will make a lot more sense. Okay, so let's flip this road around so that it is going in the right direction. And now that is all hooked up. So now let's come in here. Let's get our bus lane tool. And let's get some bus lanes going all the way through here. Like that. And now we can let this run again. Let's go to ×2 speed. I think that that'll be good. And let's check our routes. So our tools delivery route is working just fine. But now what we want to do is we want to set up a little bus route into Oakengates, I think, and maybe even one to Dukinfield. I know that it's far, but I think that it will be valuable. So let's get another bus stop in here. Make sure that those are all still going where we want. Let's come down here. They have no bus exchange, but I think it would make some sense to put one in here. So let's grab a bus stop here. Let's kind of rotate it around. Let's get that in there. So we have 2 stops for the existing bus. And then we can get another one on here. Let's see if we go into our 2-lane buildable road. Connect that up there with no bus lanes. And then if we delete those... Yep, okay, so we got issues. So this is North Street. And that's Church Road. So this is the counterclockwise. So it's going Church Road and then to North Street. So let's get rid of that stop altogether. And after Church, come up here. Then if we come back to this one, after High Street, before Church Road, come in here. Perfect. And then we can get a little bus route going on our new road. However, what that's going to require is building a bus station in here. And let's come in here, let's delete most of these houses. We'll pause so that they don't respawn right away. Let's see if I get that in there. Yeah, and the height difference is pretty significant. So let's fix that by deleting this road. And very near destroying the entire town. Want it to be nice and flat. Like that. Connected this back up. And then we can delete that up so we can slope up smoothly to this this area. Smooth that out. Grab our bus station. Put that in there, connect it up. Add our bus stop back in, and now let's go into our lines here. So Park Lane needs to go. So after New Street and before Richmond, we'll stop here. And then this one, Park Lane, needs to go as well. After Richmond, we'll stop there. Okay. So now we can let this run again. And now let's get some bus routes set up here. And this is actually going to need 2 additional bus stations. One to go to Dukinfield and one to go to Oakengates. So this will be the bus, and this will be, let's see, Reading to Oakengates. And let's make it a nice dark green, I think. Shouldn't conflict. Let's see, so they're going to come all the way down here. Yep, and that won't conflict with anything in here. Man, it's really taking that and not the highway. Alright, well, there's a way to fix that. We can sever this connection. So that's Oakengates. This is Reading. So this is the road that does not need to exist anymore. Because I want to force people to go down the highway. And I know what you're thinking. Sounds like we probably should have built the highway where this road was, but you know what? The highway's already built, and that's not what we did, so it is too late. Alright, so let's connect that up, and now let's check out how our bus is operating. Let's change this to platform 1. Okay, and it is using our interchange as intended. It's using our highway as intended. And I think that that will be good. All right, so let's get our next line from Reading over to Dukinfield. And at Dukinfield, I want it to use platform 4. And let's deconflict with like a nice... Nope, that kind of conflicts. Maybe a teal color. Does that conflict with the green? No, that looks fine. Alright, so this is going to be... Let's see, Reading to Dukinfield. Okay, so let's get some buses on here. So we're going to use these Sour Touchers. They go 31 miles an hour. They are our fastest bus for now. We will get faster ones, but for now. And let's get 10 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are going to be the dark green. And they're going to go on Reading to Oakengates. Quick autosave. And then these ones are going to be the teal color. And they are going to go on Reading to Dukinfield. So now let's go over to Dukinfield. And let's get 5. Teal color going on there. Just make sure that those are all the same color. And now let's go down to Oakengates. Let's get 5. Dark green. Throw it on there. Make sure that they're all the same color. And that's perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to be curious how much use this gets. I think it will get better as the vehicles get faster. But for now, I'm not expecting a huge amount of usage on this line. In fact, if we go in here, and I know it's early. Yeah, so we already got some usage coming in here. Going... Yeah, it appears going into Oakengates. Okay. Very cool, very cool. And this is going to be great. This is going to get some usage onto the highway, which I'm excited for, even if it's just the appearance, the illusion of usage. That is okay. I feel like we pretty consistently have a surplus of food over here, as well as alcohol. It does have 24 vehicles on it, though. So, you know, seems to be working pretty well. Okay. I do want to connect up this food processing plant for no particular reason other than you guys know that I like to have everything connected. So let's just kind of weave our way around here. Make our way up here. Then connect in there, and then we can come through and just kind of smooth out all along this road. Okay, perfect. Now, what else could we work on today? There are a couple options. One thing that I want to do quickly is just kind of take a look at this and see how it's doing. So this machines factory is getting stalled out pretty consistently with goods. We also clearly have too many vehicles on here. I also want to see. Yeah, so these are the new vehicles. What are they? They are the Sour C-type trucks, as opposed to the Opel Blitz. Anyway, they are pretty consistently getting stalled out. Now, part of that is that we are just not quite getting enough resources from this facility into you know, from here, because there's plenty of resources here to take. We're not consistently getting enough down here to Ossett. Now, one thing that we could certainly do is increase the length of this platform in Ossett. The bigger issue is increasing the length of this platform in Ferryhill. That's going to require reworking a lot of this rail, which is exactly what we're going to do. So let's come in here. Let's pause real quick because we are going to break a lot of what's going on here. So let's get rid of this entire junction. Like this. Let's get rid of all of this. And then we need to reestablish all of these connections. Once they are... once the platform is larger and we kind of see how much space we're working with. Okay. So this is a 240 meter platform right now. Let's just confirm. 240. Let's see. Yep, 240. So I want to come in here and I want to make it at minimum a 320. So if we add 2 of those onto here, and then we come into here, this is now a 320. And I'm thinking that we will go out to 360 with it. If I can make that work. Yeah, and I think I can. It's going to be a little tight to make our crossings. I also would love to increase the storage of this facility. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this. And then I'm going to add in some cargo buildings. So maybe a large one, a couple small ones, and then maybe a loading dock on either end. Let's see, let's get rid of all of this. Let's kind of rework the way that this is laid out here. So let's grab this road. You can pull that across. Let's kind of flatten this whole area here so that we get a nice clean road. Let's see, I'm going to pull this one straight across the front. And then I'm going to grab this and pull it in. Like this. And then I can't make that connection, but if I bring it out to about here, and then curve that in, I can. We can get rid of... Oh, no. Alright, that's not what I wanted, so what I'm going to do... Let's see, if I bring that all the way out to there... Yeah, and then we can make that connection. Bring that road all the way out. We'll just kind of grid this out for them. To keep it nice and square. There we go. And this is just dying to be a connection. Okay, so now let's come through here. Let's kind of smooth all this out. Perfect. Okay, so now we have a 360 meter platform in here, which is great. It does mean that we're going to need to rework a lot of this, just because it doesn't line up anymore, which is fine. That's, to be clear, that is not, you know, the end of the world or anything. So we will have this track coming in here. Like so. And let's see, we have 2 lines coming in here, and we need them to cross at some point. However, we don't want these to be electrified. Let's get rid of that. However, we're going to cross another line over perpendicular, so we need to see if we need to put their cross in before or after that merge. And I could turn this at 28 miles an hour. And I think that's what we're going to do. So let's turn this nice and slow. And then we'll reconnect this up here. Like that. And then let's see if I grab this track and I pull that straight over. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Let's just pull that back just a little bit. Let's see where we can make our connection here. And I want to make sure that this stays nice and flat. So if I pull this out to about here, and then I kind of, you know, angle it in here, I think that that'll work really nicely. So let's grab this, connect that up, perfect. Come through here, smooth all of this out, because it doesn't need to be janky. And now let's check our decoration here. So we can clean that up. We can certainly clean this up. Still actually have a little piece of track in there. Let's just clean that up. Get a little bit more aggressive grass in there. Okay, and now that we have our tracks through here, all we need to do is create our merges. So let's see. This one will merge across at 30. And then back across. So that's that merge there. And then over here, we need to do something similar. So let's see. We'll do something like that. And then something like that. So now when we come in here with our signals, one-way signals, we need one right here. And then we need one. We need non-one-way signals here and here. We need non-one-way signals here and here, protecting that junction. Let's see, we will put non-one-way signals here and here. And then we'll go back to our one-ways. We'll have a one-way there. And then we'll have a set of one-ways there. Yep, and then they've got signals there. And then these are still fine. Okay, so let's check all of our lines. They are all still functioning, so we can resume. Let's see, this line's still coming in here. Perfect. A lot of one-way signals, which is great because it allows the trains to really pull right up to the junction before they, you know, do whatever they're going to do. But that's perfect. So that's 360 meters now. So we need to similarly create a 360 meter platform down here. So let's get rid of all of that. Let's pause this real quick. Back this way out. Because again, we don't know where it's going to line up. And I think this is electrified. It is. So let's get rid of that. And let's check to see, this should be a 240. Right now, it is. Okay, so let's make it, what did I say, 360? So 240, that's 280, 320, 360. So we'll get that in there. And now let's see. So this is going to... I'm just going to have this bend slightly. And then we'll put in a nice straight section where we can put our crosses in. We can do like a diamond in there. And then hook that up. And then... I'm actually not going to do that. So let's grab... So if I grab that track, make that a double switch, I can then get the crossover into there. And then we can connect that up so that that rail depot is hooked back up. Oh, I was just painting. I'm not sure what I was painting with. But let's come in here. This is what I wanted, the smooth terrain tool. And if we come into here, grab a little bit of the grass. And just kind of feather in a little bit more grass. So now this looks good. We have a one-way signal here. And we are going to need a one-way signal here. Okay. And I think I'll put a non-one-way signal right here. Just so that that train can start to sneak out. And then I'll similarly put a non-one-way signal here. Okay. So now we have two 360-meter platforms. So if we come into this train now, we can make this bigger. And let's get rid of all of these flatbeds, because we have the new flat cars, which carry steel and timber. So we're good with that. And we're good to go up to 360. I don't know if this train can handle that much cargo. So we'll have to see. But you can see now just how much more capacity it can handle. Bringing it down here. And the question now is going to be, are the lines from Yateley going to be able to keep up? That's really what's going to be interesting. And we'll have to see. They may not. I'm genuinely unsure. But I think if we can increase the cargo platform at Yateley, then we can increase the quantity, the throughput on the line without actually increasing the number of trains on the line, if that makes sense. You know, we can make the trains bigger, not necessarily have more of them, which I think will be a good thing. This is good. I genuinely want to get more machines out of this factory. Let's see. So this ship, Midhurst Machines, it's waiting, yeah, for 4 minutes for a full load. I think that's a pretty safe. It's a pretty safe number. And let's see, is Hodgson getting some tools? Yeah, they're getting some tools, not a huge quantity, but they are definitely getting some, which I think is good. All right, guys, anyway, this is probably going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you made it this far and you enjoyed it, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to apologize for missing my Thursday posting. Work has been pretty crazy lately, and I just didn't get the opportunity to record a video and have it be edited in time for Thursday. So I hope that this is sufficient. I will try and maintain a solid schedule as much as I can, but, you know, sometimes just life gets in the way. But anyway, definitely consider subscribing so you can stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment, and if you are feeling particularly generous and able, you are more than welcome to check out my Patreon, linked in the description below. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.